Am I the asshole for asking mom's boyfriend to stop trying to parent me? Edit. The boyfriend doesn't live with us and doesn't pay rent or bills. Him and his daughter spend time here and pay only for their food, something I do as well. My dad died suddenly about a year ago, and my mom found this really nice guy that she started seeing. I'm 23 and going into my final year of college. My mom's boyfriend has two daughters ages 15 and 13. My mom has stepped in to be a mother figure to them, and the boyfriend has stepped into my extended family, becoming everyone's favorite uncle. And while I'm glad everyone else is comfortable, I'm not. He isn't a bad guy, I'm just still grieving my father, and it feels like he's trying to replace him. He tries to set rules for me, things like chores and curfew, that my dad specifically didn't because he thought they were ridiculous for an adult. Boyfriend thinks it's only fair because I have siblings now. I think it's ridiculous to have the same rules applied because of our age differences. He's trying to get me to share my stuff with his kids. They aren't lacking for anything, but he thinks it's only fair because family tilde. I live in the basement of my mom's house. I have since I was 15. When you come in the front door, there's a door to the basement and the stairs to go into the house. So it's pretty separate. So last night I was staying for some friends and got home at 2 a.m. I had nothing to do until 3 p.m. today since classes aren't until next week and my new job starts in 2 weeks. So this has never been a big deal with my parents. I shot my mom a text and went to bed. Tonight though, man, boyfriend flipped. I got a lecture and sent to my room and possible loss of car privileges. I snapped and laid it out for him. I told him I'm leaving the city after I graduate. I told him I'm glad my mom found a new partner but that I am not and will not be looking for a new father figure and he needs to respect that. I told him our relationship won't be father/son for some time, and that he needs to respect me as an adult or that I won't want to have a relationship with him. He told my family and they think I'm the asshole. Ida? Am I the asshole for not adhering to the wedding dress code? So I posted about a month ago about my sister requesting I wear a long sleeve ankle-length black dress to her lakeside wedding in summer, while being 9 months pregnant, and I've gotten many requests to update. Well, I ended up having my baby like 3 days after making the post, so I was in the hospital when the wedding happened, so I didn't go. My sister was there when I pushed her out and apologized for being a bridezilla, so all is well and I have a cute baby. Sorry that this was an anticlimactic update, but I give the people what they want. ETA, sorry guys, no baby tax. I'm not comfortable posting photos on a public forum, especially with some creeps and assholes on here. Wow, I'm an idiot, I should absolutely update what happened at the wedding. Sorry, I got that mommy brain. She still wanted everyone to wear black, but she did go lax on style. So like, kind of a redemption arc? The photos look nice, if not a little dreary. She thought black would make things look classy. She looked beautiful though, so mission accomplished. Am I the asshole for kicking out my girlfriend because she said my relationship with my brother was disgusting? I'm 22 and I'm a legal guardian of my 15-year-old brother. We're very close and we have always been like that. He lives with me now, obviously. He often gets really sad. We recently lost our parents, so I comfort him as best as I can. So, about my girlfriend, we have been together for 2 years. She doesn't live with me, she stays over really often though, so she has the house keys. 2 days ago, she came over without warning me. Me and my brother were asleep on couch. He wasn't wearing a shirt because it was hot, and he was laying on top of me. She woke us up and made a scene in front of him. She said that our relationship was weird and disgusting and it's extremely concerning that he's so affectionate towards me. My brother was in tears and he even apologized to her. I brought him to his room and calmed him down. I went back to living room. She was sitting on couch, watching TV and acting like nothing happened. I told her to get the fuck out. She got defensive again and said that she was just stating her opinion without hurting anyone. I grabbed her wrist and brought her to door. I didn't hurt her. She was following me. I didn't use any force. She left. She called me a few times but I didn't answer. Update, thanks for all the comments. I talked to her. She still said that she didn't do anything wrong. She didn't hurt my brother and it wasn't her fault that he started crying. I broke up with her. Also, little info, this doesn't happen often. We were on couch, watching TV and fell asleep. He laid on top of me after he fell asleep. He moves around a lot while sleeping. Am I the asshole for telling a coworker that the office is not a daycare center? I work for a local government office, in a large complex with a whole lot of people. When their kids are sick or when they don't have a sitter for their kids, they take the day off from the substantial leave that we're allowed per year. My entitled coworker feels that when she doesn't have a sitter, it's perfectly fine to just bring her 5-year-old in with her for the entire day. The kid camps out under this coworker's desk, laying on the floor, being constantly told to SSSSH and left to amuse herself with an iPad and toys. This coworker also does not ask our supervisor beforehand if it's alright to do this, she just brings the kid in. Also, when she has her kid here, numerous people come over to our office to chat and coddle the kid and meet the kid and baby talk the kid, and it's really disturbing when you're trying to concentrate on writing or creating graphics for a project. This morning, I heard her come in and she told her kid to say hi to me. Coworker says she didn't have a sitter today. I said, "You mean she's here all day again?" She said yes. I asked if she asked our supervisor if it was okay. She said, "No, he'll know when he gets here." I told her that the office is not a daycare center and she should use the leave she has to stay home and watch her kid. All day she's been whispering to people about how I'm an asshole to telling her this and how I don't like kids. I love kids. Just not in the office all damn day. Am I the asshole here? Am I the asshole? For blowing up at my sister because she kept trying to say that I'm traumatized? My younger, 23, sister and I, 27, were both adopted at birth. I'm transracially adopted, our parents are Caucasian, while she is the same race as our parents. Neither of us are biologically related to each other or our parents. We both had happy childhoods and our parents were always supportive of us. We always knew we were adopted and I never felt that my parents loved us any less than our brother. We have one older brother who is our parents' biological child. Neither of us had ever cared to look for our birth parents when we were younger, but our parents said that we would be able to when we turned 18. About a year ago though, someone suggested to her that she read The Primal Wound. The gist of the book is basically that if you're adopted you will be traumatized for the rest of your life because separation of a baby from the mother is traumatic. I read a bit of it and I didn't care for it, and honestly I thought it was bullshit. If the book's hypothesis were true, then children whose mothers died in childbirth would be traumatized, or those born through a surrogate. However, she took everything she read to heart and basically blamed adoption for all of her problems. She did 23 and was able to find her birth mother. Her birth mother was nice to her at first, but I'm not really sure what went down, but she eventually had to tell my sister to keep away. The birth mother had remarried and had done really well for herself and was not interested in the close relationship that my sister wants. From what I understand, she apparently had wanted to keep her but was unable to do so because of financial reasons. She regrets giving up her sister, but at this point in her life she has come to terms with it and has decided with her husband, who is not my sister's father, that they can't be there for her as her parents. Apparently my sister's bio dad died in prison about 15 years ago. Since then my sister has been very moody. Every time we see each other she pesters me to read the book and we end up fighting about it. All she does is complain about how her life would be so much better if her mother had kept her or if our parents had given her bio mom money so that she could keep her. Finally last night when we were having dinner together she started her usual complaints. I finally got mad and went off on her, telling her that our parents were the best thing that had ever happened. She probably wouldn't have done well with her bio mom, and adoption isn't traumatizing, and that book completely messed up her life and I wish she hadn't read it. She is now not talking to me. Ida, am I the asshole? For yelling at my wife in front of people for letting our son fall down steps while she wasn't paying attention? Okay, so I'll begin by saying I'm a 25-year-old guy and my wife is 25 as well. A couple days ago we were hosting a party at the house with friends and family over. A bunch of us were outside chatting and having a good time. At the time I was helping my cousin with his car. My son was standing on my steps about 2 up. My wife was standing around the bottom talking and I said to her, make sure he doesn't fall, and she responds with I've got it, and then maybe 2 minutes after that, he falls and scrapes his knee, with blood running down his leg and on the ground. He starts crying like crazy and freaking out. I couldn't believe it, so I yelled at her, what the hell is wrong with you? Why weren't you paying attention? And I was very pissed off. She then told me that I was overreacting, which I didn't agree with. So my question is, Ida, or was my reaction justified? Edit, our son is 3 years old. Am I the asshole? For lying to my boyfriend about when an event starts? So this didn't happen recently, but it was brought up last night and my boyfriend seemed to get really mad about it. So I figured I would bring it to the group to see if I'm the asshole or not. My boyfriend has terrible time management skills and is late for everything. I absolutely hate it because I am the kind of person that believes if you're not 10 minutes early, you are late. For an example, we were invited to a family lunch a few years ago. Everyone was meeting at a restaurant at 11 a.m. We lived 10 minutes from said restaurant and my boyfriend waited until 10:55 before getting in the shower or attempting getting ready. We were an hour late meeting the family. who was already well into the meal when we arrived. A few months went by and another family gathering invite was sent out, with a start time of 1 p.m. Knowing that he is terrible at getting ready and leaving on time, I told my boyfriend that the event started at noon, not 1 o'clock. And just as I figured it just before noon, my boyfriend started to get ready. We show up at 1 o'clock, him thinking we're now an hour late, only to find out that everyone else is just getting there too. So last night we got to discussing things and it got brought up how I had lied about what time the event started. I know it's a shitty thing to lie, and he pointed out, if I can lie about something like that, who's to say what else I'd be lying about? I told him he was right to feel like that, but reminded him that I don't have locks on my phone and he knows the passwords/PIN numbers to all my accounts, so he's more than welcome to check and see if I'm hiding something. I explained that I only did it because he has terrible time management skills and can't seem to be anywhere on time. In my opinion, being repeatedly late to things is rude and it's a terrible skill to be teaching his children. He doesn't have any kind of problems with his family, so there is no reason that he would want to limit his time with them, and it's not like these gatherings are boring/unfun events. The one I lied about the start time was actually a family paintball game, which we love to play. I've learned my lesson and don't plan on doing it again in the future, but I just have to know if I'm the asshole for lying to try and get him to be on time for something that is important to me.
Thank you for watching this fantastic story. Please tap one of the 4 videos on the screen for another amazing top Reddit stories.